For over 2 decades, we have watched Ash battle and grow as a trainer, defeating high-level trainers, tricking gym leaders into being his friends so they give him a badge, and making bad play after bad play before somehow turning an impossible situation into a win. I myself have wondered, how strong are Ash's Pokemon, and did he ever have a chance to win on any of his journeys? And that's the question I'm going to find out. We will navigate every episode of the anime using every second of footage from the TV show and the movies to answer the question, how strong are Ash's Pokemon? The rules are simple. If Ash uses a Pokemon in battle, I use this handy XP calculator by Metal Kid to figure out how much experience the specific Pokemon earned, taking into account all factors. If it was a trainer battle, if it was a Pokemon that was traded to him, if it was a wild Pokemon, and if other trainers were in the battle. We'll be using the Gen 5 XP system simply because I got 20 episodes into the anime, realized I was using the wrong system, and I'm not going to go back and change the whole thing. So we're just sort of going to roll with it. I'll also be counting the EVs gained and showing the stats of the Pokemon as they evolve. So let's continue our journey. Alright, so before we get into the episodes, let's do a quick recap of Ash's team. We have Pikachu still at level 31. Super high speed attack and EV count from this guy. Attack EVs are getting quite high at this point as well on him. Pidgeotto, level 25. Still quite a low EV count on him, but his level is starting to come up a little bit, which is good for Ash's team balance. Bulbasaur, level 34. Good amount of special attack EVs, but could still use a boost in basically everything at this point. Him being a Venusaur would be a huge advantage. But we all know Ash at this point doesn't evolve any of his Mons. Charizard, level 38. By far Ash's strongest Pokemon, just due to the fact that he's a third form. Super high speed from this man, ridiculous special attack. A good attack to balance it out due to him being a naughty nature. Squirtle, level 24. Good amount of special attack EVs, hopefully he can actually get some use in this next set of episodes. Krabby, still level 27, hasn't been used. Muck, 38. And Tauros, 28. Also have not been used. So, before we get into the episode, remember to hit that like button, and to subscribe if you enjoy these videos. It's time for the Blame fight. Ninetales versus Squirtle, who you haven't seen in 10 episodes, and is weak as shit at this point. Ninetales is level 40, he uses Fire Spin, and Squirtle is level 23. He gets destroyed, as you would imagine. Pikachu takes on Rhydon after Charizard takes a good smoke break. The Rhydon is at level 48. And Pikachu somehow beats it? Okay, cool. Okay, I have nothing to say to that. I'm actually kind of speechless, but we'll move on. Pikachu gained 4,450 experience. Magmar uses Fire Punch and Fire Blast. Fire Blast is a TM move, and Fire Punch is learned at level 43. The episode ends with them trying to fake out Pikachu's death into lava. Like, you could actually believe that. If you're watching this as a kid, are you actually going to think they're going to kill Pikachu? No. They'll be done, Pokemon. Ash lost badly against Blaine. Just look at the levels and you'll see why. He used the level 40, 48, and 43. Ash's highest is a Charizard who won't listen to him at level 38. Bulbasaur is at level 34. He really had no chance. Maybe if the last episode wasn't the first time in over 10 we saw the boy, he would have had a chance. Charizard takes on Magmar at 1v1. My level estimate was proven wrong in this episode, with Magmar using Flamethrower, hitting his level 55 and not 43. A more fitting level on Blaine's ace, I would say. And to this day, this fight gives me chills. The Seismic Toss is just so good. And when Charizard wins, it gains him 1,963 XP, which he really needed. This episode was bad. All filler, no battles, an absolutely fantastic use of everyone's time. At least we're moving on pretty quick though. I'm starting to get the feeling that the rest of the episodes to the Pokemon League and the movie are going to be a lot of filler. Also props to Arbok being able to breathe underwater, cool trick. Squirtle gets a run at Arbok along with 2 other Pokemon before Seal steps in, evolves, and wins the day. Squirtle gets a very tiny amount of experience for this. So, apparently Clefairy are high-level criminals because they need to build a spacecraft somehow. This shows that Clefairy are so highly intelligent that they are able to understand space travel, or at least comprehend it. Which when you think about it, using them as just battling drones is way more messed up now. Like, these are obviously intelligent, sentient beings, and not just like a mindless caterpie. Battle of the Badge is also a very good episode. Gary hard flexes, showing us he has 10 badges, even though you only need 8 to get into the Pokemon League. So him being at this gym altogether is just kind of unnecessary. We see Gary get absolutely bodied by Mew freaking 2. Lucky for Ash, Giovanni just sort of screws off and leaves the dummies in charge of the gym, which is something that you can just do apparently. Like, in the games, we just see gym leaders leaving all the time and the gym is closed. I didn't know you could just, like, delegate the badge to somebody else with no proven experience. It's time for Ash's 8th gym badge. Kind of anticlimactic, but whatever. Team Rocket use all 3 Pokemon at once, which is allowed apparently. On Machamp, Kingler, and Rhydon. Ash sends out Squirtle, and what the why him now? You neglected him for so many episodes, and he is actually the weakest member of your team. Bulbasaur takes on Kingler, and loses, again. Bulbasaur's having a rough go around here, and he really shouldn't have lost that. Then sends in Pidgeotto to fight the Rhydon, the rock and ground type. It's the 8th badge. Why are you doing this, Ash? Like, I don't understand what his logic is. Team Rocket cheat even more and send out Arbok and Weezing, and Pikachu takes out all 5 Pokemon simultaneously. So let's figure out the level of those 5 Pokemon. Kingler uses Crab Hammer, so he'll be at level 42. Rhydon didn't use a move, but level 42 is the lowest that he can be. Machamp level 28 because he doesn't use any other move besides Karate Chop, which he learns at level 1. Arbok level 22, 2 levels lower than Ash's current weakest team member. And Weezing level 35, lowest level that he can be a Weezing. This XP will be shared among Ash's Pokemon that fought in the fight. Because none of them got knocked out, he just recalled them. So each Pokemon gained the following: 2,778 experience, and 9 attack and 2 defense EVs. This is the dumb Mr. Mime episode. Nothing of note happens. Team Rocket does get defeated, but not with a Pokemon. They just sort of, or not with one of Ash's Pokemon. They just sort of are gone. So we'll move on pretty quickly from this one. Episode 63. So I have a small problem here. Episode 63 online is listed as the infamous Jynx episode, which is now banned because Jynx kinda has blackface, and is the reason why Jynx is now purple instead of black. Also, in this episode, Ash uses Charmander, which he hasn't had in a very long time up until this point. Nothing of relevance happens in this episode anyway, so it doesn't matter too much, but it's still worth mentioning. This is another episode that's out of place in the viewing order, so Ash has his Charmander again. And I realized why this was. There is a very early episode of Pokemon which is banned because it was giving people seizures. It's the Porygon episode. So, after that episode came out, it was supposed to be these 2 episodes, but a lot of stuff was changed around and then they were re-released at a later date, at least in the English versions. Which is why they have now fallen to episodes 63 and 64 in the viewing order, even though they take place much earlier in the anime. Got all that sorted out? Ash gets lost in a snowstorm and just throws Pikachu off a cliff. Like, he could have just held on, but he just yeets that poor boy. Ash and his Pokemon have a really nice bonding moment in the cave in an episode that I always remembered from when I was a kid. Ash is now back home, and we see Mewtwo escaping, setting us up for the Pokemon movie. Gary states that he can beat Ash with 2 hands behind his back, even though you don't use your hands in a Pokemon battle. After Ash has 8 badges, Gary explains typing and Pokemon rotation to him. And come on! You are telling me that Ash didn't know typings? He has 8 badges! I was a 5-year-old when I started playing Pokemon, and I figured out typings. Gary has over 200 Pokemon, which is an absolutely crazy amount, and I kind of feel bad for Oak to have to take care of them all. We see that he kind of enjoys it, so not as much sympathy. The only thing that he really has to take care of from Ash is a Muck, a Krabby, and a ridiculous amount of Tauros. In this episode, Jessie snakes James and captures a shelter, which is promptly abandoned minutes later, and then Slowbro bodies people and sends Team Rocket to the moon. Cool. nothing happens for Ash's team. Just another kind of filler episode before the Pokemon League. And here we are, the last episode before the first Pokemon movie. It's an epic classic. Surfing Pikachus. Cool. Ash's training for the Pokemon League sure does involve him doing a lot of physical activities without his Pokemon. Like, he's just going for a run. How did that help Squirtle, who was ridiculously under-leveled? Just go fight some people with Squirtle. Or make Squirtle do the run. Pikachu's the one running. No experience is gained in this episode again. I don't even know what to say. He's about to go into the Pokemon movie just about as weak as he came into this one. So that finishes up this batch of 12 episodes, and honestly, it's very disappointing. Ash only gained a total of 17,709 experience in 12 episodes. In the last 10 episodes before this, he gained over 34,000. Halving your experience gain is a bad way to train for the Pokemon League. Alright, let's get into this team recap. Pikachu, level 34, had a good boost to his attack and defense EVs in this series of episodes. Pidgeotto, level 27, 38 EVs gained now on Pidgeotto. Bulbasaur, level 35, 60 total EVs gained on him. Charizard, level 38, almost 100 EVs gained on him now. Still lots of room to improve, but he is now a level 38. Squirtle, he finally got some levels and is up to a level 26. Krabby, Muck, and Tauros are all still the same as they previously were. So that's it for this episode. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of this series. I should have some other content hopefully coming out soon. Sorry for the delay in this episode, just kinda got busy playing Super Auto Pets for the last week. That game just completely sucked my entire existence into it. Beat that little craze now, back on the grind, and should have some more content coming out to you very soon. See you guys all next time.